guys, and welcome to Anthony's Whiskey Review. We'll be reviewing a selection of whiskies from American to my favourite Irish whiskey, and also, as a bit of a sidewall, Italian liqueur, which some of you may not have heard of, but may be interested to find out about. Okay, let's get started. Now first, I would like to review this whiskey. It's actually bourbon, blended bourbon, Old Kentucky matured whiskey. It's quite familiar to a lot of you. I know I've seen it in shops quite a lot, and yeah, cheap and readily available, and quite decent. Yes, quite decent. Open the cap here and see what's inside. A bit of a smell. Quite good. Quite a good smell. Actually, pour a little bit. I can distinguish what is actually in it. Right. Now my taste buds might be a little bit off from last night. Last night was a crazy night in town. I think I'm still a little bit unsteady at the minute. Give me a bit of a sniff. Yes, very creamy. Hint of vanilla. Very easy on the nose. So I mean, it's a good whiskey to start off on. All you whiskey drinkers or you new whiskey drinkers aren't very experienced, may want to start off on a whiskey like this. It's a good one to introduce someone to who isn't familiar with whiskey. Let's have a taste. Okay, good. Quite sharp. Not my favourite taste, but I wouldn't recommend using. I wouldn't recommend putting any water into it, as you can see the colour of the bottle, of the liquid of the whiskey. It's quite light, and it, as such, if you put too much water into it, it'll become too watered down, and I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, quite cheap and readily available. And if for all you guys that like to mix it with Coke, sacrilege, oh what? It's quite good for that because it's cheap, and it's not really such a crime if you mix it with that. If you're going out and you haven't got a lot of time, you want to go out to town and feeling a bit merry, then it's good with Coke, I guess. But I like to drink it neat. Next, I'm going to go on to the John Jamesons. My favourites, but then again I might be biased, mightn't I? Now, there we are, special container. Very nice container, I'm going to keep that. It's empty. That's covered because I haven't been able to afford being a student and all, but give it a sniff and I can still smell the remnants of it. Quite creamy. Irish whiskey is very famous for using smokeless fuel, therefore it's not as sharp or as peaty as the Scotch whiskies. Scotch whiskey is very good. It's just got a different taste. This one, this Irish whiskey, is very famous because it's one of the oldest distilleries in Ireland. I recently visited Jameson's old distillery in Dublin, and learned a lot about how it was made. Quite how would I say it? Quite clean, quite creamy. Very as it goes down your throat, you get you don't get that burning that you might get with other sharper whiskies, and so this is also a good whiskey to start off on. It's quite light, and it won't really taste buds for the rest. And it's readily available in stores, and so it's very accessible, and so I give it a personal nod because it is very, very, very good whiskey. Not really for mixing with Coke though. You can't really want to, but it's kind of defeating the purpose, isn't it? Next, we have Mirto. It's an Italian liqueur. Not readily available over here because well, it's foreign, and but luckily for me, I live with Italian flatmates, and so I was able to acquire this through them. Just have a little bit of a pour. Quite dark. It looks like rum. So if you can see there, quite dark. Give it a sniff. I want to say it smells like cough medicine, but it's a hell of a lot better than cough medicine. That's the kind of flavour of it. It is made with grapes and herbs and spices, and it's a bit like it's a cross between mulled wine and sangria, but obviously a lot stronger. But yes, I do like this a lot. Let's just have a little bit of a taste. As it goes down your throat, it's not as sharp as this would be, but very good. It's bottled at 30%, and it is one of my favourite liqueurs, simply because it tastes amazing. So highly recommended. Not readily available in the UK, so I would recommend maybe getting it imported, maybe on a website or from one of these, maybe eBay might have some. So there we have it, the whiskey and liquor review. Which is my favourite? Well, you can kind of ignore the names because you can't really compare the two. It's not really. Which would I go for? Every time it has to be Jamesons. But if you're on the budget, the blended bourbon is a good choice, and decent if you want to. If you haven't got a lot of time and you want to get a little bit merry. But it's got to be, if you want a class and you want the better whiskey, it's got to be the Jamesons. What I like to do in town is I like to put Jamesons or whatever. No, I usually go with this in town because you get the Coke in town with it. And I usually take this very nice Jack Daniel's flask with me to town, and it saved me a lot. I had Saturday in Dublin. I was in Dublin a few weeks ago, and I was shocked at the prices. I went to get a Jamesons. I went to get 2 shots of Jamesons and a friend of mine. I said, "How much is that?" And he goes, "12.90." And I said, "12.90? You're having a laugh, aren't you? 12.90." And I'm like, okay. Very painful to hand over that note, so those euros. But there you go. That's the credit crunch for you. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. I'll be back with more reviews quite soon. If you have any suggestions or requests for me, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.